Hey there and welcome to this week's Big Voice with me, Wendy Parker. So get comfortable, grab yourself a cuppa, and I'll see you soon. Damage control, why God is bigger than your mistakes. Now, if you are watching this video, that means that you're still breathing. And if you're still breathing, then that means God has a purpose for your life. Because believe me, God is far, far bigger than any mistakes you've ever made and ever likely to make. He's more than enough to heal the wounds that the hunter Satan has inflicted on you. But the trouble with our elk-like behaviour is that we go into damage control and take measures to minimise the effects that the hunter's arrows have caused, and we run away. It becomes our mantra, and running away becomes our story. Now, I'm not saying we shouldn't take responsibility for our mistakes, because sometimes that's the only way we're going to learn. However, what if we turned damage control on its head and actually saw it as controlled damage from the hunter Satan? Because that's what he wants. He wants to control the damage, so he wounds us and starts a blood trail so we keep running for years, right? And as believers, we really need to get savvier when it comes looking out for the hunter, and we need to use our discernment as we navigate the path of the Christian life, because Satan takes advantage of our brain fog and uses the same tactic of controlled damage as he did on Peter in Luke 22:31, which I talked about the other week. He said, Satan has asked to sift you like wheat. And those poison arrows, they probe deep into our flesh and they drain our faith until all we can do to minimize the effects is go into damage control. But in Psalm 139, David's poetic song, he writes about how God perceives every moment, every thought, and he reads his heart like an open book. So the question is, if God is constantly with us, why is the hunter Satan allowed to wound us with his controlled damage? If God knows every step of our journey? Well, it's because we like to go our own way. We like to break out like a wild elk of the safe perimeters of the parkland, and we ignore the park ranger whose job it is to take care of us. And looking back as a teenager, I was in damage control for years, and I strayed from the path, allowing the hunter to control the damage he did to my faith. And he watched the poison arrowhead of a verbal outburst by my pastor drain my faith and cause me to be wounded and on the run. But it says in Psalm 139, it says, where could I go from your spirit? Where could I run and hide from your face? Oh, where can we go? And I came back. It took years, but I came back. So don't let the controlled damage of Satan send your faith into damage control. Stop running and let God sift through all your anxious cares. And I'll see you next week.